Hello, and welcome to Anime Audio Commentary. Today I'll be commenting on Episode 2 of Konosuba Season 2. If you'd like to watch along, then start watching now. Now, last we left off, Kazuma wasn't executed, but basically everything he owns was confiscated and he's about 7 figures in debt. And now, he's sort of jumping to the conclusion that darkness is, I guess, indisposed for want of a better term. Now, Megumin, despite the poverty of their situation, has decided to adopt a cat. You know, at least the cat is smart enough to swipe at Aqua. You know, that's an intelligent little creature. Oh. Chomosuke. That is a horrible name for a cat. You know, I'm glad that Kazuma and Aqua realize that that is a bad name. Yeah, it's interesting that only Kazuma has realized that being the deviant that she is, Darkness is no doubt jumping at the opportunity to probably have all sorts of fun. I mean, Megumin's still not getting it, you know, there's no actual danger. Man. Uh-oh. Here comes trouble, I guess. Now, the sudden appearance of that prosecutor, I feel like it's not a good thing, but seeing as how there is now a quest, I feel like it was something where she came to them and said, like, okay, you know, if you help out, maybe things will work out better for you. So it is giant toads after all, because what else would it be? But, man, I can't help but think that this is sort of like retreading things a little bit. Although at the same time, it is rather nice to see everybody bullied by giant toads. You know, if anything, I feel like Kazuma should be able to do something. You know, it's surprising how sanguine Megumin is about everything, you know. I've already used my explosion for the day, all I can do is slow this toad down. Man, I feel like Kazuma generally doesn't get enough credit for being as industrious as he is. You know, like, nobody has reliable ranged weaponry, so Kazuma decided to take up archery. And that was a rather remarkable shot. Can't say that tiny arrow will do much to a giant toad necessarily, considering how blubbery it is, but, well, I was wondering if the toad might, fall over dead, but, no such luck. It wouldn't be Konosuba if half the party didn't get slimed, Now, I'm not sure whether or not this is a good thing or a bad thing that the prosecutor is witnessing this incompetence. I mean, I feel like it might be a good thing, he can't possibly be a dastardly criminal if he can't even handle a bunch of toads. And I guess it also puts things into perspective. Darkness is a valuable member of the party in that she's more than willing to be front and center on the toad action. And without her, things are more difficult. Yeah, this is a rather bad situation. And I feel like if Cosmo were to really think and use his head here, he would prioritize rescuing the prosecutor, if only to try and curry some favor. I mean, when you get down to it, none of the three people are going to be useful in any way, shape, or form, so, you might do the one thing that's personally beneficial. Now that's an uncharacteristically skillful display of magic. And I know where this is going, but man, I'm trying to remember what my first impressions were. I feel like initially I might have been fooled. The idea that this girl seems comparatively normal, but then she associates herself with Megumin. Meaning, there has to be something wrong with her. Ooh. Man, the poor girl. I don't think she deserves this degree of a cold shoulder. So it seems like Yun here, she has a degree of self-awareness about how stupid all Crimson Demons are. And therefore, she's a little hesitant to act like Megumin normally would in public. So that's something, Cosmo's willing to be, if not kind, then cordial to her, which is probably more than she gets most everywhere else. Now I guess the question is, what's the bad blood between Yun and Megumin? I mean, we already sort of know that Yun has declared herself Megumin's rival, but it seems to be almost entirely one-sided. And I'm wondering if it's just one-sided because every time things come to a head, Megumin just sort of blows her up and leaves it at that. Man, you can't win with the prosecutor. She's saying ooh, I'm not convinced this isn't an act. It's come on. I feel like you would have to be a right dastardly criminal to put up an act like this so well. Ooh, I don't like where this is going. Megumin is suggesting a duel in martial arts. And I feel like she's gonna do something underhanded. Wow. So I'm wondering if she's just gonna whip out her staff and whack her over the head or something. That would be the appropriately underhanded thing to do. Especially considering that Yun seems to be an actual practitioner of martial arts. There we go. You know, Union's not going to want to get any of that slime. Oh, I mean, that probably is really disgusting, too. I guess it's an interesting gambit trying to, you know, bluff her way through it, because I think if it actually did come down to a fight, Megumin wouldn't stand a chance. Yeah, there's something kind of sociopathic about saying, like, hey, we're friends, right? Friends sharing each other's suffering. I mean, that's just an excuse to wipe off some of the toad slime. Yeah, rather underhanded, all told. Yeah, so obviously we're meant to believe that Darkness is having a rough go of things, but, you know, I really don't think that's the case. And more to the point, I think Megumin literally just stole one of Union's possessions and is trying to get Cosmo to sell it off. You know, this is the sort of thing that would get him into trouble. You know, this is something the prosecutor would bring up. Man. That's a rather evocative statement, you know. Some people would pay good money to have a slimy girl hug them. I guess that's true, but, you know, at least the cat has some good foresight that the toad slime is not good. Ooh. Megumin's barking up the wrong tree with the whole ladies first thing here. You know, that's, it's not gonna work on Cosmo. He is far too... I don't even know what the term is, but he's too much of it for sure. I mean, surely they could sort of like triage the whole thing, you know, just quickly like rinse off the bulk of the slime, you know. I mean, that's an interesting bluff on Cosmo's part, you know, start undressing. He might not be glad that that's what he went with. Alright, well, you know, I guess good on Cosmo. He's not giving in. He's sticking to his guns. Yeah, you know, good on Cosmo, I guess. He knows the cliches and the tropes, and he's willing to fight back. Ooh. You know, he might have overstepped, actually. If he had just let it go, that probably would have been the end of it. Oh, dear. I think I know where this is going, and I don't like it. Okay, so they all just sort of compromised in the end. And that is interesting, too, that a cat would bathe. You know, that's not right, you know. Maybe Aqua has a point that it really is demonic in nature. Ooh. Seems as though Cosmo has touched on a sore topic. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's any good way out of this topic. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're only sort of calling attention to the fact that they're in the bath together. You know, there's no real way that this ends well. Especially seeing as how, other people are now showing up. Yeah, this is going to lead to all sorts of rumors, because I think it's fair to say Aqua's not going to keep her mouth shut. It's interesting that offensive magic is the way to go here to freeze the door shut. Yeah, I don't know. And surely, like, ice magic, that's not gonna deter Aqua too much, right? Yeah, man. Like, that is a rather impressive display of magic, freezing the whole wall, but at the same time, like, how are you gonna get out? Because surely you're gonna want to leave at some point. Ooh. Yeah, the tables have turned. This is why you shouldn't use magic to the point of exhaustion. Especially because I don't think Mega Man's gonna have the good grace to sort of drag Cosma to safety. Now, I guess that is another topic that hasn't really been resolved. Debt. And I don't see how Wiz is necessarily going to help. In fact, I'm sort of wondering if maybe Union's only going to make things worse somehow. I mean, the poor girl, she is kind of easily flustered and, for want of a better term, kind of cringe. But, I don't know. She's sort of in this weird position where she is sincere and also kind of stupid. Wow. So she was a social outcast too. That is rather unfortunate for Union. Wow. I mean, having to quibble over whether or not you had any friends. Yeah, I can't say I blame Cosmo for not wanting to hear this just because it's so just dreadfully sad. Whoa. Wait a minute, what was Chomusuke doing in the background there? He was having a little fun. Yeah, there's something about that cat that's not exactly above board, Ooh, that's, probably not good, saying, this thing will help you make friends, but only if you're a seasoned wizard. I feel like, nobody here is seasoned enough to use it properly, and it's only going to cause trouble. Of course, Union, naturally, she wants to make friends, so she's gonna buy this whole thing hook, line, and sinker. So I guess the question is, where does this go wrong? Surely it can't be that they become friends, and that's worse than them being ostensibly rivals. I'm wondering if maybe it creates some sort of magic feedback and it ruins everybody's friendships the city over. That would be something. Oh. Wow. That is truly sad. I mean, it's kind of sad for all involved, really, that Megumin would have to resort to stealing food, or just being willing to steal food anyways, and that Union is so terminally friendless that, like, flowers... Not even flowers are willing to put up with her. Wow, that is, that's an insane low. Willing to summon a devil to be your friend. So, oh dear. It might have been good to explain up front that the crystal deepens friendship by revealing embarrassment. But, yeah, Megumin's got the right idea, I think. This is an evil artifact that needs destroying. I mean, sure, it might put him into, deeper debt, but, yeah, that thing shouldn't be allowed to exist. Man. I do feel really bad for Union, the poor girl. I mean, if somebody were just, like, sort of nice to her, that would be one thing, but, like, I guess the closest thing to that is Cosmo, and even then. Ooh. Wow, so she just sort of trots that out now that it's useful. Man, I guess anything to one-up Union, I suppose. Yeah, she really probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that when his trial's only been postponed. Alright, well that's it for this episode. If you've enjoyed it, then by all means, tune in for the next one. See you, Space Cowboy.